I'm Mick Alabon. I'm the Senior Production Manager of the Leather and Seats Centre of Excellence. I'm responsible for the cutting and sewing of all leather parts that are assembled into a Mulsanne and for the manufacture of front and rear seats. The Centre of Excellence is a new manufacturing area created to support the launch of the Mulsanne. A team of 5 associates are responsible for the inspection and cutting process. It takes 3 hours to inspect and cut a complete car set of leather parts. Each associate has had specialised off-the-job training and have a minimum of 5 years' experience. The hide is inspected for imperfections to ensure only the best quality leather is used. There are 380 individual cut parts that go into a vehicle. This is 30% more than our previous model. A total of 15 hides are used per car. The cutting machine scans the hide to optimise the best utilisation of leather. It only cuts parts from perfect areas. The cut part is re-inspected to double check there are no imperfections in the leather. The construction method of the face panel on the front seat is unique to Mulsanne. There are 3 options of inserts. This is the ventilated straight flute version.
Hi, I'm Mike Batchelor. I'm the Senior Production Manager here at Bentley Motors at Crewe. The wood process itself entails in excess of 50 hours from actual veneer selection through to the final finish of the part. Within the wood technology there are numerous raw materials, all provided in their natural state. The veneer, which are high quality veneers selected from California, through to the hardwoods, the walnut, the oak and the cherry. Part of the veneer selection is actually the mirror matching of the veneer throughout the whole of the car. And you can see an example here how this pattern is replicated throughout the whole of the car on each of the parts. The hardwood materials are selected and then thinned and planed to the final finish size. And then they go through a series of 5-axis CNC machining to provide the final shape and form to go into the car. The final machined hardwood materials are then covered with the veneer that is selected previously to provide this mirror match finish throughout the whole of the car. After the wood parts have been machined, they are then sent to the sanding process to ensure that all of the parts are smooth and clean prior to the lacquer application. The lacquering process entails up to 5 coats of polyurethane polyester material up to 1 mm in thickness. Once the polyester material has been cured over a 3-day period, the surface finish is then flatted and polished to give this very smooth, even finish to the final part. The evolution of wood in terms of the new Mulsanne, we see a greater intensity of parts, the quality of finish, the complexity of parts, the interchange of modern technology through CNC machines combined with the craftsmanship of the workforce in producing a very, very high quality part.
We're now approximately 6 weeks into the Bentley Mulsanne build process. We have a track which actually is a slow-moving track. It stops intermittently to allow our build associates to fulfill their individual work requirements. You can see at this stage now we have all of the necessary protection on the cars. We started to put in all the sound insulation, the initial wiring looms are going in here, and we've just literally fitted on this car the windscreen. Very precise, it has to be glued into position with the right gapping around the actual aperture frame. You can see on the individual trolleys here the parts that now arrive on the track. We have, for example, the steering wheel, the manifest showing for this car. So this handcrafted wheel now we have available and will be fitted by our build associates. All of the parts are built to a manifest to make sure that we get the right colour combination and the right level of parts on each car. Each car is individual, and you can see from the layout, from point of view interior exterior colours, the amount of variation that we can get at this build stage. As we move along our assembly line, you can see now, as we're starting to see a much more complete vehicle, we can see the centre console now has been fitted, the fascia has been fitted. We have extensive use of protection on the exterior panels to make sure there is no damage, very important at this stage of the build. We also see the individual parts with, again, individual covers to make sure that we don't damage lenses, for example, on the rear lamps. And as we progress along, you can see now the car actually started to take shape. We have the interior carpets, we now have the gear selector position, also the IP and fascia and steering wheel joining us. So here we have now the car at the latter stages of its assembly. We can see the ring of wood now taking shape as we've seen previously. The extensive insulation that we put into the vehicle for NVH, ride improvements and general noise suppression. The electronic componentry. The carpet's now starting to take shape. The tunnel and all the interior wood sets now in place at this stage.